Morena te whānau, kia ora everybody. Tuki rui te tuki roa, te tuki ko tuki rātu, tēnei tuki ko te tuki ngā runga ue te mana. Kai ngā tāne ka tākoto kei raro, kei ngā manu I runga I raro, tāwhiwhi te tuki nei. Kapa te tuki kei Hawaii, ka tapu ka noa, tēnā te hau, ko te hau o tū, ko te hau o tāwhiri mātia. Wārea ki runga, wārea ki raro tākoto, tūturu whakamoa ki a tīna, haungie, huie, tāi ki mihi ana ki a koutou mo te tautapu I tēnei kaupapa. This mahi sort of trying to help encourage it as a practice, but it takes effort because we kind of have to step out of our classic way of we navigate through the senses, create matter on matter, bring an understanding that we can flip the script and create matter from energy. Just to understand that that is actually what's happening, to pass through the eye of the needle, to touch and engage with the energy field that sits within us, around us, outside of ourselves. You kind of become a magnet, so you start to attract what we are, what our energy field is holding, and we start to draw in things. This is why our kōrero about our Hinengaro and how we are thinking is paramount to how our wellness is. Constant thinking in cycles, depending which way where you're leaning into, will start to draw into those things. And energy will sort of shift around you, things will start to move. So just to give the space and patience, and you'll sort of, if you watch around you, you'll see sort of things that will start to sort of take shape, take place, that you attract to you. I always used to tell my tamariki to watch what happens around a person, and we'll tell you what's happening there, what they're attracting, what's coming into their space. So this is why I kōrero a lot about the energy field that we're holding, the iarere, the frequency we are broadcasting, the ihirangaranga, the vibration that's moving through us and connecting into our environments is quite paramount to how we are moving through our daily lives, our journey through life. We are creating matter on matter, so we're going out to create here, to make here feel better, or make here feel, wherever you're going with that. But it is really to understand how we can flip the script and create from the energy that we are holding, creating here. Because for a long time I would go out and try to create out here to make here feel better. But really, once I sort of clicked on and started looking into things and investigating into myself, giving it time, then to understand that it's actually from here that we are creating, what we are broadcasting and what will be drawing into us. Not waiting for something out there to create my feeling of gratitude. Really, it's kind of, when I started to think about that, it's kind of me living in lack. So I'm kind of sitting here waiting for out there to sort of change here. Whereas I started to understand, investigate, and do some mahi in, that it's actually here that I can create it out there. And it's really is flipping the script. Sometimes it can be a little bit getting the mind around it, because, for such a long time, I was used to going out there to try and create, to bring in here. Acknowledgements of our breath, the energy that we hold here. And you'll be amazed at what starts to shift around you. You'll be amazed at all the coincidences, and if you want to call them those, just little things that sort of happened out of left field. Not things you can predict, more things that just sort of start flowing into your space. That is really quite amazing when it starts to turn on. And then it's the practice to maintain that space, just to maintain what we're broadcasting, maintain what you are seeking, what you desire. And it all comes through that space, through the energy. It is really the energy fields that sit within us and around us. Just our Ngākau Oho, just the basic understanding of those places. And that's why we kind of start on the meditation and sort of set ourselves up, and start to rise into our day, channel into the energy that we would like to carry into our day. And then, from our meditative state with the eyes closed, and open our eyes, but, try to maintain those spaces during the day. And, like I was saying, you'll be amazed at sort of what starts to shift and what starts to happen, what starts to dropping into place. Bring a bit more emphasis into, especially the meditation part, where we're just sort of spending our time with ourselves and, the opportunity to retreat from everything else, everyone else, and just come into our path, just that waka that we are rowing by ourselves. I always love to open up through the kaki because we have so much energy moving through here, through our thinking, all into our tinana, getting our tinana moving. So sometimes we can end up with a lot of, we can end up things through the neck onto the top of the shoulders. So I always like to open up that part first, and then just slowly open up the tinana and just move into our breath from there. And I'll just make mention on the short Rakau that we'll be bringing in shortly, and we'll just sort of move into another meditation. Now we hopefully are sort of getting the hang of the breath and push, and our pito putting back towards the spine, using the channel within the tinana, and we'll just start moving into those other spaces. Ka pai nō reira, awesome to see everybody. Let's jump in and start opening up the tinana, warming up our space. Haki roto, haki wako. By just dropping the chin to the chest, bringing your retina up to your upoko. Just bringing a little bit of weight onto the upoko, just to feel that stretch through the back of the neck, into the top of the spine. Toru, rua, tahi, right, kapiti, stiro ki runga. Just looking towards rangi, towards the ceiling. Put your hands under your chin, apply some pressure, opening the throat. Front side of the neck. Toru, rua, tahi, just come back to center. Tino ki Maui, just dropping our chin over our left shoulder. Eyes onto the floor behind our shoulder, just opening all up through the neck, through the kaki. So even good to stretch the neck out if you've stepped on the pillow the wrong way. Toru, rua, tahi, pai whakawhiti. Tino ki matau. Sometimes waking up with a sore neck because we've kind of slept on the wrong way. It's another good one to open up the space, stretch out the neck. Toru, rua, tahi, we're back to centre. We just tilt the upoko, the left ear to the left shoulder. Stretching all the way down through the kaki. You can bring your ringa up over the top. That helps with a bit more of a stretch. All the way on top of the shoulder. Our head facing forward. Toru, rua, tahi, whakawhiti. Come on to the other side, right ear to the right shoulder. Opening up the space. Toru, rua, tahi, right back to centre. Just drop the chin to the chest and just roll the chin to the left shoulder, back down across the chest to the right shoulder. Maki pēnei. Just bringing some movement through the neck, opening up that space. 3 more. Tahi, rua, toru. Right, let's come back to center. It's time leaning forward into the stretch. If you have your legs out in the V, you'll feel the stretching behind your through your hammy area, but in the same movement. Haki roto, haki waho. Just walk yourself forward on your hands, on your ringa. Just drop your upoko and just feel the stretch all the way down through the back, through the shoulder blades, down through the centre back, down into the lower back, you're cross-legged, you'll start to feel this into the hips and the glutes. It's starting to open up the body a bit more. Toru, rua, tahi. Right, come back up to our centre. Breath in, as you release the breath, back deeper into the stretch. Haki roto, haki wako. And just move a little bit deeper into it. Just keep relaxed. You see the stretch works better, you can go deeper. You just relax the rest of the tinana. Toru, rua, tahi. Back up to centre. Haki roto, haki wako. Nose to the left knee. Coming down onto the left knee. Come down as far as you can. You'll feel the stretch start to move around the tinana. Down the opposite side of the spine that you are leaning towards. Right. Toru, rua, tahi. Right, back up into centre. Whakawhiti. Our nose to the right knee. Coming down as far as you can. Start the opening up the other side of the spine. Feel that stretch through there. Toru, rua, tahi. Back to our centre. Haki roto, haki wako. This time our elbow to the floor. Ki maui. With your arm over the top. If you feel more of a stretch, keep the shoulder back so the chest doesn't close. Just opening up down through the lateral area. Opening the ribs. Down into the side of the hips. Toru, rua, tahi. Right. Coming back up to centre, whakawhiti. Right elbow to the floor. Opening up the ribs, the lats. And down into that side of the hips. From the opposite side. Toru, rua, tahi. Coming back up to centre. Kapai this morning. Turning the top of the torso to the left. Mahi pēnei. Just as far as you can go. You're just working that spine all the way to the bottom. Bringing your hand onto your knee. Helps maneuver yourself around. Just as far as you can go. It starts to open up the torso with a sideways effect. Toru, rua, tahi. Kapai whakawhiti. Bring your other hand around to the back onto the floor. Hand across the knee. That works. Just turning the whole torso. Ki mātou. Toru, rua, tahi. Kapai back to our centre. Haki roto. Haki wako. Coming into our space. This morning, if you turn your hands inwards towards each other, during our breath mahi, you'll be able to feel the energy that sits between the palms, as if you're holding a ball of energy in front of you. Might find your position, you to close your eyes. This morning our palms are facing each other. You start to feel your breath, become aware of your breath. Just start to relax the tinana. Relaxing up through the back of the neck. relaxing through the scalp, down through the forehead, through the eyes, the cheeks, the nose, down through the chin, relaxing the jaw, relaxing down through the koka, through the front of the neck. Release and relax on the outgoing breath. Relax all those muscles. Slowly relaxing down through the shoulders, through the arms, through the elbows, through the forearms, through the hands, all the way to the tips of your fingers. Relaxing down through the chest, through the shoulder blades, down through the solar plex, through the center back, down into the puku, the lower puku, down into the lower back. Relaxing down through the hips, through the uri, through the thighs, the top of the legs. Relaxing through the knees, down through the calves, into your ankles, all the way through your feet, to the tips of your toes. Release, relax. Don't forget to drop the shoulders. Just keeping that jawline relaxed. Just acknowledging the breath. Continually move through the tinana. Be aware of our palms facing each other. Feeling the energy that sits between our hands. Start to elongate the breath. Longer, slower and deeper. Just bringing us more into this moment. Feel the breath moving up through the center of the torso. Drawing the breath through the uri. Through the pūmanawa, our puku. Up through the solar plex, through the heart space. Up through the koka, through the throat. Through the whatu manawa, to the crown, our pūmotomoto. Just releasing out through the mouth. Just making that breath longer, slower and deeper. Keeping the back erect, nice and straight. Right, this time drawing the breath up to the uri. Following the line of the spine. And then up through the pūmanawa, the manawa, up through the throat, the koka, through the Hinengaro, and sit the breath at the top of the upoko. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Release the breath. No, hakiroto, from our breath through the uri. Long, slow and deep. Feel its energy moving through the tinana, and then feel it sitting at the top of the upoko. Just feel the energy gathering. Hold at the crown, 3, 2, 1, and release the breath. Ano, hakiroto. All the way to the top. Feel the energy at the top of the upoko. 3, 2, 1. Just release the breath through the mouth. By this time, drawing the breath through the same line, this time pushing the pito back towards the spine, engage the puku, and continue to drive the breath through the central nervous system, directly up towards the top of the upoko. Again, hold at the crown, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, release. Ano, hakiroto. Lifting energy out of our pūmanoa, back up into our manoa and whatu manoa. Push the pito back towards the spine. Engage the puku, lift the breath. All the way up through the heart space, throat, through the Hinengaro. Just rest at the crown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release your breath. One more breath. Draw through the uri. Push the pito back towards the spine. Engage the puku. Keep lifting the breath. Drawing energy back up into our creative spaces. Through the manoa, through the koka, through the roro. Hold at the crown. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Release your breath. Draw our attention to the center of our chest, drawing breath in and out of the heart, in and out of our manoa, hakiroto. Nice, long, slow and deep. Just keep the breath moving out of the heart space. Really acknowledge and feel your engagement into the space through the breath. Just feel the breath expanding the chest and touching the energy field of the space. Feel your chest lifting, releasing on the outgoing breath. Feel it expanding, feel its warmth, feel its energy reaching back. Feel its glow. Feel your space of your open heart. Feel your breath just caressing the space. Feel its warmth. Feel its glow. Bring your focus and attention into the breath, drawing in the mana of aroha. Feel that floating on the breath, in and out of the space of the heart. drawing on the sense and feeling of gratitude to be thankful. Whakawhetai, to be gratitude for all things. Aroha, the mana that sits within aroha that connects us to each other and to all things. Feel the space warming, opening, glowing. Feel your breath carrying these vibrations to the center of the heart. And when you're ready, start to pulsate and flush this through the entire being. All the way up the neck, all the way through the upok or the scalp. Just really feeling the energy travelling from the heart into these spaces, rejuvenating the cells, down through the forehead, through the whole karuhi structure, down through the relaxed jaw, through the front of the neck, flushing the pulsating beat of the heart down through the shoulders, through the arms, through the elbows, the forearms, all the way to the tips of your fingers. Feel the energy pulsating through the palms, your hands towards each other. Flushing down through the chest, through the shoulder blades, center of the back, through the solar plex, through the puku, to the lower puku, all the way down into the lower back. Be mindful in connecting the heart energy all into this area. Down into the hips, through the uri, through the thighs, all the way to the top of the legs, through the knees, the calves, into the ankles, through the feet to the tips of the toes. Feel the energy and the rhythm of the heart beating through the entire body. Feel your breath moving in and out of the heart. But when you're ready, slowly bring your attention to the top of the upoko, drawing breath through the higher faculties. Through your higher faculties, your higher knowing, consciousness, drawing breath through the top of the upoko, down to the heart space, and then flushing down through the emotional heart, the pūmanawa, and release the breath down into papa. Hakiroto, through the top of the upoko, a higher space of ourselves, expand the chest, acknowledging that higher consciousness, and release the breath down through the pūmanawa into papa, releasing and letting go of anything that does not serve the well-being of yourself. Ano hakiroto. Expand the chest. Release the breath. Ano, hakiroto. Expand the chest. Release the breath down through the pūmanawa into papa. Release anything that doesn't serve the well-being of yourself through the breath. Slowly opening the eyes. Try and maintain the state. Coming into our standing position for our kōtipito. Remember, into our east direction. Find your pose self. You may want to put your legs a little bit wider, slight bend in the knees. Just really find your power place. Hakiroto, draw the breath through the feet. All the way up the legs into the tinana. Saturated with the breath. Haputa. Hakina. Haputa. Hakina. Haputa. Kōtipito. Starting to awaken the tinana. Tūwhera mai kia rangi nui. Tā maua kia papa tuanuku. Feeling the energy between each section. Following ourselves in the world of light. Return to your center, kōtipito. Putea te Māori. Grasp your life force. Hei oranga Wairua. Hei oranga Hinengaro. Hei oranga Tinana. Hei oranga Whānau. Kōtipito. Knowledge both sides. Te tūtama tāne. Our male lessons. Te tūtama wahine. Female lessons. Return unto its balanced center. Kōtipito. Ko ki whakamuri. Mea ngātu ki ngā tūpuna. Hei oranga. Ko Māori. Whakaheke. Kōtipito. Creating a well space for our generations that are to come. Tukuna ta Māori, kore rā mai, ti hei. From our tai rāwhiti, uri ki te tai tonga. Begin to emphasize the movement. Draw deeper into the squat, hakina, haputa. Widen your legs if you need to, hakina, haputa, hakina, haputa. Transferring our energy into movement, kōtipito. Tūwhera mai kia rangi nui. Tā maua kia papa tuanuku. Kōtipito. Putea te Māori. Hei oranga Wairua. Hei oranga Hinengaro. Hei oranga Tinana. Hei oranga Whānau. Kōtipito. Ko te tūtama tāne. Our male lessons. Ko te tūtama wahine. Our female lessons. Return unto its balanced center. Kōtipito. Ko ki whakamuri. Mea ngātu ki ngā tūpuna. Hei oranga. Ko Māori. Whakaheke. Kōtipito. Clearing the way for our generations to come. Tukuna ta Māori. Ti hei. Kai tonga. Huri ki te tai hauauru. Hakina. Haputa. Hakina. Haputa. Hakina. Haputa. Kōtipito. Tūwhera mai kia rangi nui. Tā maua kia papa tuanuku. ko te pito, putea te Māori, hei o ranga Wairua, hei o ranga Hinengaro, hei o ranga Tinana, hei o ranga Whānau, ko te pito, ko te tūtama tāne, ko te tūtama wahine, draw to its centre, ko te pito, ko ki whakamuri, me a ngātu ki ngā tūpana, hei o ranga, o Ngāuri, whakaheke, ko te pito. Tūkuna ta Māori, ti hei, huri ki te tai tukarau, always the four directions, the four winds, hākina, hāputa, we should have our tinana moving now, hākina, hāputa, hākina, hāputa, always return, acknowledge your centre. Tūwhera mai kia rangi nui, tā moa ki a papatu anuku, ko te pito. Putea te Māori, hei o ranga Wairua, hei o ranga Hinengaro, hei o ranga Tinana, hei o ranga Whānau, ko te pito. Te tūtama tāne, ko te tūtama wahine, return unto its centre. Ko ki whakamuri, e a ngātu ki ngā tūpana, hei o ranga, o Ngāuri, whakaheke, ko te pito. Return to your centre. Tūpuna ta Māori, ti hei, hākina, bring back, hāputa, right palms facing forward, eyes closed, tilt the shoulders back, tilt the head. If you're looking up to the rising sun or the top of your maunga, just bringing our hands forward, so our palms once again are facing each other. The eyes closed. Just feel the energy. It's building between the both hands. The vibration of life pulsating through your tinana. Mai hākina, hāputa. Mai relax the tinana. Slowly opening eyes. Bring into our Rakau. Remember this week, maybe next week, we're self-tuning. So finding your spot on your Rakau this morning. This morning I'm coming on to my arches. Remember we have our under our toes and we have from knuckle to knuckle, under our arches, through our heels. If you apply pressure with your heel on top of each big toe, starting to awaken and engage our internal organs. Find your position on your Rakau, start to bring the pressure on. So I'm leaning forward this morning, doing the arches, anything from the arches forward, you can tilt the heels up and you'll feel the pressure. Move forward onto the space, you feel the bite. Right. Just hold it where you can feel it start to engage. Always has a small bite for me, this area. Lima, wha, toru, ua, tahi, right. Slowly shift away across to the other side this morning to our right leg. Keep my toe. So slowly bring the pressure forward again. Just engaging our internal organs. It's one of the reasons why I always encourage whānau to go for walks on pop-up, no shoes. Start to draw back and reconnect with the energy of our Mother Earth. Back to its energy field after wearing synthetic soles all day. Rima, Whā, Toru, Tahi, Wai whakawhiti, ata haere, back across to our Māori. Bring our pressure onto the left foot. All these points through the feet. Start to relate to all our internal organs. Holding that pressure up. Rima, Whā, Toru, Rua, Tahi. Back to our centre. Just holding that pressure up. Rima, Whā, Toru, Rua, Tahi. Slowly step off your Rakau. Just walk these out of the waiwai. Remember, good to do it each at the end of the day. And usually do a few times onto the points of the waiwai. Alright, slowly bring our Rakau up. Our palms facing down. Just begin to open through our shoulders and our chest. Right. If you can, come all the way down to the lower back. If not, Hānau, just to where your ability is. And slowly it will come all the way over. If the Rakau is too short, the closer your hands, the more difficult it is to come all the way over. Okay. We are count off. Tahi, Rua, Toru, Whā, Rima, Ono, Whitu, Waru, Iwa, Tekau. Well, this one in the other morning, some of you may be used to it, each side at a time. It serves the rolling of the shoulder joint. Tahi, Rua, Toru, Whā, Rima, Waihuri, back the other way. I need to open up down through the sides of the body, rolling the shoulders through, keeping these places supple. Tahi, Rua, Toru, Whā, Rima. Right, bring our Rakau over our shoulders. Bring the mahi on the kaki, as if you're swimming towards your ceiling. Let the Rakau walk up your kaki. It'll end up sitting at the base of your skull. You'll feel it just giving yourself rumi, with the miri, just clearing all the stuff through here, really good for the headaches. Also, any of this mahi just to use during the day or even at night before you go to sleep, or you go to your resting state. Always good to release the day before we go into our momoinga. Right, Tahi, Rua, Toru, Whā, Rima, Waihuri. Back the other way, you'll feel the Rakau. Slowly start to walk down the back of the kaki. And start to sit at the base of the neck. You can always stop in areas and hold the pressure. If you feel anywhere that needs some more attention, these are just general movements bring awareness to things that are sitting in the tinana. Tahi, rua, toru, whā, rima. Kapai back to centre, Rakau on the shoulders, mahi pēnei. This time keeping the head straight ahead. Keep looking straight ahead. This opens up all through the top of the torso, all through the top of the spine. Slowly loosens it for the next phase. Tahi, rua, toru, whā, rima. Kapai mahi pēnei nānei. This time turning the upoko. Your whole torso. You'll feel it start to move all the way down into the lower part of the spine. If you need to pivot off that foot, you pivot so we're not creating any stress towards the knees. Tahi, rua, toru, whā, rima, ono, whitu, waru, iwa, te kau, ka pai. Back to our centre, bring our rākau over. We come ki moa. Remember this motion. Just holding that. Just be careful of your. But just get used to this motion. We should be pointing the toes outwards as we lean in, so it doesn't put any strain on the knees. Right from here, we'll do our count off. Tahi, rua, toru, whā, rima. Right, bring our lean in, still working the thigh. This is where the toes should be pointing out. Still warming up our thighs, get the tinana start moving, the roto start moving through the waiwai. Tahi, rua, toru, whā, rima, ono, whitu, waru, iwa, te kau. Right, coming back up to centre. Palms facing down, each side of the rākau. Mahi pēnei. We're in the waka. Remember focusing on the hands pushing forward. Keeping the natural rhythm of your tinana. You may feel a sway start coming in. Whānau. Just move it naturally. Tahi, rua, toru, whā, rima. Right, now we want to focus on the elbows, pushing the elbows forward. You'll feel it start to work the tinana more. Start moving through the shoulder blades, all through the back, down into the bottom, the lower back. You might pivot off the feet if you need to. Tahi, elbows forward, rua, toru, whā, rima, ono, whitu, waru, iwa, te kau, ka pai. Coming back, parallel, palms facing up. Bring our rākau up to eyesight. Just level with the kānohi, stage 1. Find your pose position. You may want to widen your feet, slight bend in the knees. This one, remember to pivot off in stage 2 and 3. Tahi, rua, toru, whā, rima, ono, pitu, waru, iwa, takau. Stage 2, pivot, drive the Rakau wider and higher. Feel a twist through the torso, pulling in the movement of the hips, through the waiwais. Pivot off the legs so our knees don't take too much strain. Movement through the ankles now and the toes. Tahi, rua, toru, wha, rima, ono, pitu, waru, iwa, takau. Stage 3, at our lunge. Slight squat, lunge out, working the thighs, pivot off the feet, working the arms, and through the shoulders. Feel your breath, feel your core. Tahi, ua, toru, wha, rima, ono, pitu, waru, iwa, takau. Kapai, come back to stage 1. Just bringing it back down. Our Rakau just up to eye level. Tahi, ua, toru, wha, rima, ono, pitu, waru, iwa, takau. Kapai, koe kamiki mua, ringa ringa, wanganui to Rakau, hand in the middle of your Rakau, our number 8s. Right, in 2 hands, whānau. Just starting to open up and stretch all through our forearms, through the wrists, through the fingers. Just let your natural rhythm of your body sway to it. Tahi, rua, toru, wha, rima, ono, pitu, waru, iwa, takau. Wai whakawhiti, swap our ringa, over, other side. But this will also help with the shoulder strength. Tahi, rua, toru, wha, rima, ono, pitu, waru, iwa, takau. Kapai, bring our Rakau back to centre. Bring our Rakau behind our back. Another part of the high mata. Just pivot the Rakau, pulling the Rakau around. Right, slowly walking the Rakau up the back, across each side of the spine. Right, if you need more pressure, whanaki mua, use your palms, your hands, and push forward. Walk the Rakau slowly back down onto the lower back. Just working all through this area. Very good if we have lower back problems or things. Right. Tahi, rua, toru, wha, rima. This time pivot deeper into the. You'll find you can push the Rakau down into the side of the glute. You can reach deeper into the side of the hip. Just pivot off that foot so we don't have knee injuries. Tahi, rua, toru, wha, rima, ono, pitu, waru, iwa, takau. Kapai. Bring our Rakau around to the front, to our whakatā. Haki roto, haki wako. Right arms out, legs, take a step back. Just coming in to stretch. Open up the tinana, get the energy flow. Feel it through the arms, through the shoulders, through the centre of the back. All the way down through your hams, down through the back of the legs. Tahi, rua, toru, wha, lima. Kapai. Now push the torso out towards the left, ki Māori. Pushing the centre of the torso outwards. Now we're stretching through the lats, stretching down through the ribs, and down into the hips. Tahi, rua, toru, wha, lima. Right, back to centre. Haki roto, haki wako, ki matau. Whānau to tinana, to push the tinana out towards the right. Feel a stretch through the right side, through the ribs, the lats, down into the hips. Tahi, rua, toru, wha, lima, ono, whitu, waru, iwa, Rakau. Back to centre. Just drop a little bit deeper into the stretch. You can lower your hands on your Rakau. Your tuakana is just tautoko, your stance, just supporting you. Kai, rua, toru, wha, lima, kapai. Itu. Bring our Rakau up. Left palm facing down, right palm facing up, open, close the eyes. Haki roto, haki wako. Just acknowledge and feel your space through your breath. The change. Ki te taha rui, ki te taha ro, ki te paupau tākiri tū, e kapa whauri, e kapa whāte ka Pākehā ki te rau, ka toropa ki te whenua, hi hua mata, hi hua ro, e puti te ki te rau, ri te whatu tai ora, ka reo ki te o mātu, tu te tauri ki taura te pauhere ngā tui, te mārunga te kāpenga, hei o ka mairangi nau e hi oe. Mātu te kona piti o te huene ki orangi ki te muriri, ki tōna whai, ki te maru, ka pa mai ora i mutu ere, ko te puaketanga e reo tōna toto ai toi, ki te karamu ai tāpiki te whurunu koe, ko te rangi toi te ki te auguri hia, ka tāpenga e nau e hine no tūru. Amorangi te tōtō atu pai koha ke rina ma te tauaki o te pito whirinaki ko te une te amanoa ka rina pi tautau hei o korangi te predo o mai o te tika anu i putai ori mai te pōngai kore te tipauri nau e tāne. Tūpore e tamarangi ki te rote au te whairangi te mātiki ngā horunku nau e take ka tui te here e tangata, e tangata, e tangata. So back into our whakatā, mihi ana kia koutou katoa I tēnei ata mo te tautoku I tēnei kaupapa. Just a mihi to everyone for coming in and just giving yourself some aroha, just some time for yourself, time for your space before the world and everyone around us wakes up. Really nice way to start our day, start our energy in such a state, and just to try and maintain these spaces. Remember, whānau, any of this mahi to use during the day if anything comes up, any time, or any time at all, beautiful to use with our whānau, or even our tamariki, just to utilise these tools, just to help maintain our balance, keep ourselves in a well space, and just to keep our connection with each other and papa. Alright, have an awesome day, whānau. Like I said, I hope everyone had an awesome Easter. We'll see you here on Friday. Also, to make mention, we're going to, I'll start now, we're going to start bringing in a short Rakau, just for some of our other mahi, and we'll also bring in a new meditation. Alright, awesome everybody. Have an awesome day.